Hello, welcome to 1 Hour SaaS. My name is Mubashir Iqbal. Everyone calls me Mubs. I am building a SaaS business. Wrong window. Building a SaaS business in just 1 hour a day. This is hour number 25 of building Podcast Ping, which is an uptime monitoring system for podcasters. So today I started thinking about and focusing on the UI UX of the website. So starting with just the homepage and trying to figure out what the overall aesthetic is, color scheme, sort of that kind of stuff, and then whatever the main components are for that particular page. So I started just kind of looking around at examples of sort of landing pages and things like that. So I started with Landbook, is a popular one to find, just kind of landing pages, home pages of things, just to kind of see what they might do. You could search for SaaS, for example, and see what SaaS people are doing. Don't think I found anything for like uptime. You could search for monitor. I think there was nothing. This one was kind of one that I looked at just because it looked kind of clean and simple. It was kind of doing the same thing in terms of monitoring of things. But, they all had a fairly standard header, kind of hero area, some screenshots, some logos of companies that use it. There's a call to action, and there's a kind of a footer. And then I just kind of did the same thing for like going to popular uptime monitoring things. You got some text, some images, some features, and then there's some testimonial kind of things, and then a footer. It was like wasn't. I think the hyperping is still up here as well. You got some text, you got some screenshots. You got logos, features, and then footer, all fairly standard kind of stuff. One page love is another one that I looked at to see, just to get some inspiration for ideas here. And then ultimately, I'm going to be building this thing. I'm not a designer. I'm not building this custom. I'm not designing this custom. So I'm probably going to be using some existing components and things that Tailwind UI has. So kind of what makes sense in terms of fits in with kind of what we have of all the different sections and things that they had. And then I kind of looked a little bit at different fonts that we might use for the application. I just kind of landed on IBM Plex Sans as the font of choice. And then in terms of colors and logos and things like that, logos and things, I already had worked on the branding of the website, so those are going to be the main colors and the iconography and things like that. So kind of just went through and just kind of assembled something. It's not going to be perfect, but this is kind of what I've come up with so far, which is just, we swapped out the logo here. We'll change these links out to something that makes sense in the future. You'll be able to log in if you're an existing customer. Otherwise, we're going to kind of explain to you what Podcast Ping is. We'll have a screenshot of the application in here, and then a kind of a call to action there to start your free trial. Then we'll kind of just have some features, why it's good for podcasters and why specifically this is good for podcasters as well. So we'll have some of that stuff in here. Then we'll kind of go into the pricing page, and then if there'll be a call to action for the newsletter. If people aren't ready to quite sign up just yet, maybe they don't even have a podcast yet. Or they will have at some point, just sign up for our newsletter. And then we just kind of have a standard footer as well. So kind of just assemble that mostly from Tailwind components, and then just kind of tweak them a little bit with our font, and then swapped out the color scheme that matches a little bit closer to kind of what we had from the branding and stuff like that. So kind of a quick little assembly of the home page there. But I think it's come along pretty quickly. So I think we've got the layout done. The next hour, I'm going to concentrate a little bit more on the sort of text that's in this page, and then we'll just carry on and kind of skin the actual application itself next. That's going to be the next hour. And then we'll obviously at some point we'll have to swap out this image, but we don't have an image yet. So we're going to leave this one in place until we get that all kind of squared away. And obviously we'll have to update all these numbers and things like that. So it makes sense. And we'll probably have a border or something on this just to kind of give it some separation from the rest of the site. Although obviously this could be considered the footer. You could have all this white stuff be considered the footer. So maybe we just put a little border here and then we're done too. But yeah, I mean, I think that's it. Nothing too grandiose today. Just kind of assembling pages and seeing how they look. But not bad for not being a designer, and leveraging the sort of themes and frameworks and things that are out there. So making good progress, and we'll carry on tomorrow. See you next time.